Hi there, good morning. Well, how are you this morning? I hope you're really well again today. Well, I remember a couple of years ago when we first came here to the UK, I remember my Uncle John would always give Dion, my husband, and I a really good laugh. He would say to us, "Oh, it's chucking it down." And Dion and I would look outside, and for us coming from South Africa, it would be more like a drizzle. So we'd have a bit of a laugh about this, which we still do today. Well, we often as people, we do the same. We go through a storm in our life and it actually feels like a hurricane. Please know today I am not making light of any terrible or difficult situation or storm that you're in. I know that life can knock us some hard blows at times. But oftentimes, there are times that we go through a storm and we look at it as though it is a hurricane. We need to understand, even in the natural, that after a storm, it's wonderful. Everything looks fresh, it looks clean. I love that refreshing fragrance that you smell after it has rained. We know the plants grow, everything just looks revived. When the air is humid on a hot summer's day, there's nothing nicer than a summer rainfall. Well, we know that a hurricane, it causes havoc. We know this from all the hurricanes that we have seen that have occurred around the world, even in the last couple of years. A hurricane is a storm, we know, with a violent wind. It's extremely strong. It causes so much damage. People's homes and a lot of lives are destroyed because of a hurricane. I really want to encourage you today to see the storm as what it is and not give it the credit of a hurricane. The enemy, I know, would love to see you overcome. He'd love to see you and I destroyed. This is where he wants us to be. This is where he wants us to stay, to remain in a place of total despair. Feeling sorry for ourselves, maybe seeing ourselves as the underdog. Well, I want to say to you today that the storm will pass and you will be revived. Scripture says in Psalms 138 verse 7, "Though I walk in the midst of trouble, you will revive me." I love that. Another amazing scripture in Psalms 119 verse 50 tells us that we are revived by his word. Isn't that amazing? This is my comfort and my consolation in my affliction, that your word has revived me and given me life. I love it. Then it's a never forgetting his word. Psalms 119 verse 93 says, "I will never forget your precepts." I love that. We are quickened. You and I, we are revived by spending time in the Lord's word. After a storm, there's a beautiful fragrance. We know that after the storm, you and I, we become beautiful and a beautiful fragrance for the world to see. What an amazing testimony this is of his faithfulness and his goodness in our lives, even as we go through the storm. I want to say to you today, make the choice today to let his word begin to revive you. Begin to see the storm maybe that you are facing as something that will pass and not be a hurricane that completely destroys you. Have a beautiful, blessed and encouraged day today, and we'll chat again soon. God bless. Bye-bye.